Hello, everybody. Ignore the hanger there. I'm Davoid, and today I'm just gonna make some pretty basic rice. Now, up until recently, I haven't really been able to perfect my rice cooking capabilities. So, today, I decided to document my progress so far. Well, that's not really the reason. The reason is I'm just gonna eat rice today. I just wanted to record it. The first thing you do is not really that, but the first thing you do is get 1.5 cups of water. I found that works for me for 1 cup of rice. One. And about a half. The next step clean out your cup so that the rice doesn't stick to it. Then turn the heat to about as high as it goes. Now, I don't know how it's coming out on video, but it's kind of smoking over there. Considering this pot has a lot of char underneath it, which I don't even know how that happened. Hopefully it's fine. Once the water has become bubbling, oh, I can't really show you or else I'll spill it, but once it becomes bubbling, that's when you want to bring out your rice. I'm just using medium grain white rice from HEB. You can probably use whatever rice you want. It's just that I tend to use this one. And then pour out, if you're using 1/2 cup of water, use 1 cup of rice. Probably need to buy more later. Just barely enough for 1 cup. Then,
Did you see it? In the middle of the screen, a large shadow moves.
pour your rice in. Ignore the fact I just got some back there. When it comes back to bubbling like it was before you put the rice in, that's when you want to cut the heat to low.
Did you see it? Alright, I'm done with this goddamn joke.
Now, I usually put it here, but if you want to, you can just cut off or nearly cut off the heat. Now, if you don't pay attention, it's going to bubble over. So what I tend to do is that I keep it on for as long as I can, and when it looks like it's about to bubble over, you just pop the lid up. That was not how you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to do it like this. Where the zip? Oh, there's the zip tie. And keep on doing this until it no longer tries to boil over. Now, if you're wondering why I haven't stated specific times for when to cook, it's because, for me at least, cooking is more about looking and instinct rather than times. That's more for baking. Cooking, you have to look at the thing in order to see if it's cooked or not. That's the same here with rice. I've followed several recipes before with rice, and it always comes too short when it comes to timing, in my experience anyway. And also, it really depends on the pot you're using. Like, this is not an ideal pot. I don't think it is anyway. It really depends on a few factors. So it's less timing and more about what looks right and what looks wrong. That's my... Oh, excuse me. That's my experience with it anyway. Now, something I should mention before I forget about it. You probably saw I didn't put any salt in there. For me, it's unnecessary. I can't really taste the difference with and without salt, most of the time anyway, unless I use too much. So I don't usually put salt in my rice. If you want to put salt in your rice, go ahead. Alright, it looks close to done. I know for a fact it isn't, but it looks like it only needs a minute or so. Okay. At this point, where it starts to look fairly dry, you can take... Well, I'm using a silicone spatula, but you can use a wooden spatula or whatever, and you want to make, like... split some of it apart and see the insides. If it's still wet, put it back on. If it isn't, then you're ready to go. In this case, it's still wet. Oh, that one went flying. At this point, you can do that again and begin mixing it a little so that it minimizes the amount of rice that sticks to the that sticks to the bottom of the pot. I was about to call this the pan. I really am an idiot. Now, preferably, you would be making less of a mess than I am currently. And I have nothing else to add on to that. Alright. Cut off the heat. It's still slightly wet in some spots, from what I can see, which is not ideal, but Honestly, I would prefer slightly damp rice over undercooked, crunchy rice. Now, this next part I wouldn't advise if you're cooking for more than yourself. I'm just cooking for myself. My mom's going to eat something that doesn't need rice, nor does she want rice, but you can taste it, see if it's to your liking. Yep, no crunchy rice. Anyway, that's going to be it. I'm going to be eating this with this, which is not my usual uh, Asian food that I usually get from the supermarket, but switch up. Anyway, like if you like this video, dislike if you don't, and subscribe. Or don't. Thank you for watching, if you still are. Later.